Okay. Cecil. Oh my God. Cecil Harvey. I think that's an M, right? Tymna.
Yep. Tymna the Weaver.
1 neutral, 1 white, 1 black. Okay. Lifelink, human cleric at the beginning of each of your opponent. At the beginning of each of your post-combat main phases, you may pay X life, where X is the number of opponents who were dealt combat damage this turn. You draw X cards. Partner. What's partner mean?
So partner means you can have 2 commanders and build your own color identity. But only cards with Yep, here we go. Only cards with partner can be paired with cards with partner. And the latest update has given us 5 partners. So we have partners on Magic Arena for the first time. Are you ready to see the rest of the partners?
Yeah, that's actually kind of exciting.
These cards can only pair with each other. You can't say pair Tymna the Weaver with Godo. Godo doesn't have partner. So you can create some combination of these.
Okay. And I'm only asking myself if Cecil gets played, or is it all of them?
I don't see a way to evaluate these individually very well. So I am curious if you think they're cEDH playable, and if you have a certain partner combination that you think is best, or a partner itself that you think is best. Let's go with that.
Okay. Well, okay. All right. This is who? Benedicta Harmon? Oh, God, what is that last name, bro? Ishai.
I can't help you on Final Fantasy names at all.
No, the actual commander.
Oh, yeah. Ishai. Ojutai Dragon Speaker.
Oh, that's fancy. Okay. 2 neutral, 1 white, 1 blue. Flying whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 on this. Okay, that's fine, but it's blue. So now you can do blue, white, black. Okay. Barnabas Tharmer, who is Kraum Ludovic's Opus. I think that's how you say that. 3 neutral, 1 blue, 1 red. Flying haste whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. Okay, you don't need more cards here, though, I don't think, but maybe I'm wrong. Titus. Oh, God. Zanarkand Faith. Holy shit. These names, man. Thrasios Triton Hero is the actual commander. 1 green, 1 blue. 4 mana to scry 1 to reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, otherwise draw a card. Okay, for 2 mana, it's not too bad. And then there's Clive Field, Vial Smasher the Fierce. Oh, this guy looks crazy. 1 neutral, 1 black, 1 red. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, choose an opponent at random. This deals damage equal to the player's. This deals damage equal to the spell's mana value to that player or planeswalker that player controls. Deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to that player or planeswalker that player's controls. Okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, hold on. I'm just looking at the art real fast for the older cards. I mean, the Final Fantasy ones kind of do a lot here. It looks so much cooler. Kraum looks really good for the older one. I'm a huge fan of that.
Oh, yeah.
So this is actually really intriguing because now you enable quite a bit of deck building here for cards that probably would be not great on their own. So you're going to have to explain one thing. Does that mean like you have 2 cards in your commander zone?
It does.
And does when one commander dies, because you have to play the commander tax, does that also apply to the other one?
It does not.
Oh.
Each one has their own commander tax that accumulates with each time each individual commander dies. Both count as a commander.
I'm just trying to understand who like the best one would be. Because Cecil seems fine. But it's only after your post-combat main phases. And if you don't deal damage, it doesn't feel like it does a lot. But it's a potentially very scary effect. So there's potential there. And you could draw quite a bit. Benedicta, whenever your opponent casts this, I'll put a +1/+1 counter on this. I mean, for 4 mana, like, sure, but I think you're doing this specifically to have blue to your color pool. Barnabas is flying in haste. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. Like, that's kind of sick, because that's passively just there. That could just get you a lot of cards. Titus, this is probably one of the better ones if you can get it on the board. Because that is, like, mana ramping, and you can do it multiple times at a turn, right? Then it's only play 4 mana. Like, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yep. As many times as you have the mana.
And that's green and blue. And then Clive is also fine. God, this is actually really difficult. I feel like there's probably a combination of 2 of these that are really, really good. I just don't know who it would be. I'm assuming you showed me Cecil first for a reason, or is it just to introduce the mechanic? But 3 mana for...
Or the order they were on the page. It could be that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Clive, Titus, Barnabas. God, I feel like, okay, this might be like a cop-out answer, but I feel like I'd have to see a lot of stuff in order to know how good this is, but I feel like there is a combination of 2 of these that are actually very good together. I think...
You want to take a shot at it for me, please?
Okay, fine.
Please.
Titus seems really good. I think getting like a lot of lands early is just a really good way of winning. It's between someone who draws or someone who... potentially does damage. Like, Clive has the chance to be really good, but it's only the first spell, so I feel like that kind of doesn't do as much as I want it to do. Unless there's a way to... No, there's no way, right? Wait, I was gonna say maybe you just keep...
To what?
Maybe you just keep time warping or whatever. Just keep getting the first spell every single turn. But I feel like that's not like an actual... That's like a Disneyland combo to win a game here. God, Barnabas's effect is so good. He's just so expensive. But like, then it becomes a card you need to kill, and then if you have additional mana, it's fine. But it seems, I mean, you did show me that freaking ogre. It's like the sky's really the limit here. Like, you could cheat so much mana, get this guy on board super fast, as long as you have 1 blue, then pop off. Yeah, I'll go with Barnabas Titus or Kraum on Thrasios, or what the fuck you say. Those are the 2.
Kraum and Thrasios.
I feel like mana ramping's so good, but I actually have that's a tough decision, man, because I feel like all of them are good in some way. I'm just not sure.
All right, and do you think they're CEDH playable?
There's probably a way you win the game with Titus very early on. So yeah, sure, I'll go with it. I think there's a possibility. They're combative.
Okay,
let's see where you got. Oh God.
Partners in cEDH. You are looking at by far the most played commanders in the format.
Okay. Wow. All of them.
Some more than others, and I'll get into exactly what that is. But something to understand about cEDH is you are often looking for the best cards, and you are often not trying to fully rely on your commander. Now, Godo really relies on the commander. The deck is a piece of trash without it. But it also has this I win combo in the command zone where it just has to do one thing and it can win. Most of the commanders that we know and love from Casual Commander require decks built around them to be particularly powerful, right?
Okay.
But in cEDH, you're trying to win with spell combos. You're trying to interact on the stack. You're trying to do all these things. You're not trying to run a bunch of cards that interact with your commander. So having the right color identities that you can kind of build yourself by selecting 2 partners and having access to the cards you need to do combos, and then also having multiple cards in your command zone, basically starting with a 9-card hand, right? Yeah. Instead of a 7-card hand, is a big deal. And you want your commanders to provide cards in the command zone when possible. Something about Tymna the Weaver that's particularly different in cEDH is that most people aren't putting a lot of creatures on the board. So your opponents are open far more than they are in Casual, where building board states up to a victory is normal. In cEDH, you're often trying to do a lot of stack interaction and combo, so being able to attack your opponents for a point here or 2 points there with Tymna and draw cards, 2 to 3 cards a turn cycle with Tymna, is not as uncommon as you think it is.
Okay.
So Tymna the Weaver is the most popular, most played commander in the cEDH format as a single card. Now, Tymna's most common partners, number 1, Kraum, Ludovic's Opus, because as you identified, it's passive card draw. You just put it out there. Almost everybody has to play 2 spells a turn. And it does say whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn. So if an opponent is interacting at instant speed on someone else's turn, which is a good part of the format, and they cast 2 spells on that turn, that is another card from Kraum. So it is also another card from the player playing their turn. So that's 2 cards from Kraum on that turn if 2 other players are having a little counterspell battle. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
So also the color identity. Tymna supplies white and black. Kraum supplies blue and red. You get access to 4 colors. This is arguably, and for a long time has been, the best combo pair in competitive Commander. Completely, like full stop. It's called Blue Farm. The deck is called Blue Farm, and it is literally Tymna Kraum, and it's been on top for God knows how long. Its closest competitor at the time we're recording this is Thrasios Tymna. So you were very close. You got Kraum and you got Thrasios. It was just the Tymna hanging out is the big one.
Okay.
Yep, you were very close. But you identified 2 of the top 3.
I'll take it.
Thrasios provides green, which allows you to go in a different direction, providing Gaia's Cradle to do combo pieces, which is a busted card on its own. And Thrasios is an outlet in the command zone. If you generate infinite mana with a combo, Thrasios will let you draw your deck. So a lot of people do turn to Thrasios. And now these are coming to Magic the Gathering Arena. So we can play the most competitive possible commanders against each other 1v1.
Nice.
It's gonna be something. Yeah. You had good analysis. I'll give you a lot of credit for the analysis.
Okay. Here's a side question. Right? Aren't you worried that people are gonna play this card, in competitive like brawl, I should say, and it's gonna ruin the format for a lot of people because they're just gonna do some disgusting thing?
Yes, but no, but yes. So Brawl has a brilliant matchmaking system where you determine your commanders, and it bases who you play against based on who you chose. So it's called Hell Queue. When you choose a commander who's too powerful, you only go against other powerful commanders.
Oh, so they have like a way to skew it. Okay, that's really interesting. Yep. Okay.
They have a matchmaking weighting system. Our friend Amy the Amazonian made a video. It's on her channel that talks all about it the one time it got leaked and the weights were revealed to the world. But it does exist, 100%. It's real. The matchmaking... So sometimes it takes a while to kick in. I haven't played these yet. The set just came out like yesterday, so I just started building my Blue Farm list for Brawl. And I don't know if having Tymna and Kraum is going to pair you against the best commanders right now or not. Sometimes they wait a few months to see how the cards perform. So we're going to find out if Tymna, Kraum are Hell Queue. They probably will be, just based on the general approach of players who like these kind of things have to the game, which is win at all costs.
I got you. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, it's kind of surprising because partners, they're reasonably popular in casual, but they're not even close to as popular in casual as they are in cEDH, where people are just using them to mix and match their own colors. And really don't care much about the ability of the commander. It's crazy.
That makes a lot of sense, though. I get that for sure. Okay.
Cool. Yay. I got to talk partners on Arena. A lot of people are excited about this.